because I'm not allowing myself to become civilized. The worst thing that can happen to a man is become civilized. You lose that fight. You lose that. Why the fuck am I doing this shit? I'm good. You ain't good, man. You ain't never fucking arrived. And that's just my mentality. You may have more, but you'd never fucking arrive. You want to be uncommon amongst uncommon people. Period.
What's up, guys? Enkiri here, and welcome to the Am I Still Strong vlog. And I'll let you guys decide by the end of it here, but this vlog is a mishmash of my lower body training from the last 2 weeks, so it's actually all pretty recent footage, and it comprises a few bits and pieces here and there, 4 different training sessions. I do 2 lower body training sessions each week. We got 2 different training weeks here, so we got 4 different training sessions, and we'll just have a little bits and pieces here and there from each of those 4 sessions. But most of the work shown here does actually take place from my session from this past Sunday, which as of me filming this video is actually my most recent lower body training session. So what you're seeing here right now is live training footage, as good as live training footage. But anyway, I'll notate all those little details in the description, but I kicked it off here with a little bit of sprint work. Now, these were 60-yard dashes, fully automatic timing using the free lap timing system, and starting from a stationary position here instead of the flying sprints that I've been showing you guys for the past few months now. And I actually noticed a couple pretty interesting things here. For one, I am way faster on a track, right? So far, without much practice at it, I think I ran 60-yard dashes twice on a track in 2021. And so far, I've managed a time of 6.41 seconds using the free lap system to time it. And the best that I've managed out on the concrete so far, I've only done that a few times, but so far the best that I've managed is 6.87 seconds. Now I think I can do a little bit better than that with a little bit more practice, but still, it is a huge discrepancy here on the order of almost a full 1/10 of a second per every 10 yards sprinted, which is very significant. Second, when I sprint with the intent of accelerating maximally, I never hit my true top speed. I've run a 0.82 second 10-yard fly right out here, right on the concrete, and I've done many runs in the low 0.9 seconds and several other runs in the sub 0.9 seconds as well. And when I time myself from a stationary start and I try to accelerate maximally with maximal effort, like I'm doing here to run an all-out 40-yard dash or an all-out 60-yard dash or whatever, when I do that, instead of just trying to run through the fly zone at top speed, I struggle to get under 1 second on that final 10-yard segment, which is actually pretty crazy. It's a pretty massive difference, and I can only imagine that when I try to accelerate really hard, that I actually end up tightening up, which hampers my top speed. And so that's something for me to really work on if I want to reach my true potential in terms of speed prowess. Anywho, that was still all good stuff. It's always fun to get out and just sprint as fast as you can. But after that, I did some kettlebell swings for the first time in a good while. I think that it's time to bring this exercise back into the rotation and make a big push at it again. And I'll explain why, specifically why I want to do that in a future vlog. It has something to do with the deadlift. Like I said, I'll get to that in a few weeks. But this was the first heavy swing session, the first swing session at all that I've done in many months. And I went ahead and I knocked out a powerful 4x10 here with 200 pounds on my homemade kettlebell, which you should go ahead and make yourself one of these kettlebells so that you can do these swings too. And I'll tell you what, man, at the time of editing this video, my hamstrings and my upper back and my traps are almost unbearably sore. Like, I seriously woke up this morning, I turned my head to grab my phone, and I just thought to myself, holy fucking shit, what did I do? That was literally my first thought of the day, and it's because my traps are so freaking sore today that it literally caught me by surprise. I didn't think that I did anything that would cause that level of soreness, and then I remembered the kettlebell swings, and suddenly it all made sense. And I've talked about the heavy swing numerous times in the past. I think I want to make another video on them, but man, even I forget how good this exercise is sometimes. I basically basically maintained an easy 520 plus pound deadlift last year just by doing heavy swings, no deadlifting at all. And along with that, I also did the easiest 250 pound power clean from the high hang that I've ever done in my life last year, again, just being maintained by heavy swings. The impact that that exercise has on the back and the posterior chain in terms of strength and power is that profound. And I was doing this shit yesterday, and man, it got my nervous system charged up beyond belief, like next level amped up, dude. Nothing else really does it quite that same way. So that's really fun stuff, and you can expect to see these heavy swings much more often coming up in the near future. And then after the swings, I moved on to the zombie front squat. Now that is my favorite squat variation. If you're paying attention here, you will notice that I'm still following my formula for athleticism in this workout. So far, all the footage that I've shown is from the same workout, right? So first, that formula. First, you move your body explosively, then you move weights explosively, and then you lift heavy weights. That's the formula for athleticism. And like I said, when I posted my original clip detailing that formula, there are a million permutations that you can follow to achieve it. And this one, so far what I've shown here, this is one of those permutations. Sprint, swing, and squat. Now here, I'm just working up to a heavy single on the zombie front squat. I told you guys in my training vlog last week that my squat volume has been incredibly minimal for the entirety of 2021, right? This is literally all that I've been doing, and I've only been doing it like this for a few months. I actually didn't squat at all for, I don't know, man, 6 months, 12 months, something like that. I didn't squat for a really long time, and I've been squatting like this, very minimalist for just a few months now, working up to a heavy set of 1 to 3 reps, just one time per week on whatever variation tickles my fancy that day. Now here, I had not done a traditional front squat or zombie squat, like I said, in about 18 months, but I had a client on the cusp of front squatting 365 pounds for a big lifetime personal best. So I decided to go ahead and make a run, a real quick run for 365 here, just to give him some competition and light a fire under his ass so that he could get that PR, and he ended up nailing it easily. And so I did this lift, and he hit his 365, and so now we are all tied up in our little front squat competition. And like I said last week, if I can front squat 365 pounds, then I'm happy, man. I'm fucking happy. That is my floor, right? That's all that I need for my leg strength to be maintained at in order to be happy with it. Like that's the floor that I want to maintain, and I'm actually able to do that with very little squat work in general, but also I'm able to maintain that with basically zero work, zero specific work. So zero work on the actual front squat or the zombie squat itself. So that is actually really cool. And I kind of needed to do this lift to prove to myself that I could do it on a whim, and I can. And so that's important for me, just to kind of see how things are carrying over and what sorts of qualities are being maintained, even in the absence of training those qualities directly. Anywho, I finished up with some glute ham raises, which that footage is actually pulled from the previous week's workout because I executed it better, it was cleaner, it was stronger, whatever. It's from the same exact workout, just from the previous week. But basically, all that I'm doing there is knocking out 20 to 30 total reps. I don't even get off the machine. I just knock out 5 to 10 reps at a time. I'll rest for 30 to 45 seconds, and then I go again until my hamstrings are spent. And then after that exercise, I finish up the day with a little bit of hip flexor work. Now, on this exercise, in this slot, I've switched up from performing the bent knee hip flexion using the monkey foot to performing straight leg hip flexion on the cable stack. And I'm liking this variation a lot so far. The straight leg, it gives you a little bit of a different feel than when you're kind of flexing the hip with a bent knee, but also with the cable stack, you get the benefit of constant tension on the hip flexors at the back end of the movement, something you don't get when you're using a monkey foot or anything like that. And so you can actually kind of engage the glute at the back end of the movement and allow the weight to pull the hip flexor into a nice little stretch. You engage the glute to disengage the hip flexors, which allows them to be stretched at the back end of the movement, and you kind of kill two birds with one stone that way. Personally, my hip flexors have a tendency to tighten up if I don't take care both to stretch them and to strengthen them with direct work like this. So this type of movement can actually be very useful given the right context. And then we wrap it all up here with some trap bar deadlifting. And so this one was from my lower body workout 1 from the previous week, but the week before I did the 365 zombie squat. Instead of doing a squat that workout, I decided to try a heavy deadlift variation for the first time in a little bit over a year. And I ended up with 600 pretty decently here. That's the most that I have done on this bar, on this trap bar, is actually 630 pounds for 3 reps. I think I posted that a few weeks ago actually. And my goal is to do 700 pounds on it eventually, but I'm not quite there yet. And actually that'll be one thing that I do expect the heavy swings to improve. My pulls here weren't quite as strong as I expected them to be, and I was actually a little bit disappointed with that. But I think that with the addition of the heavy swings, that will rectify that weakness pretty quickly. Anyway, that is all I got for today, guys. Please remember to smash the like button before you go. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and definitely leave me some love in the comments down below as well. If I don't talk to you, have a Merry Christmas, have a Happy New Year, be safe. If you're interested in online coaching, training programs, free articles, kick-ass free articles, be sure to check out www.enkirielitefitness.com for more details. Keep training hard, and I will catch you guys next time.